Good evening, my people. Good evening. Welcome back to the Big Picture Podcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a beautiful week so far. It's Thursday. It was raining today like crazy, but we are in the building. And the day wound up turning up really good.
When it was raining, it was
beautiful.
good. Come on, man.
Yeah.
The rain is beautiful.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy because I'll be saying the same thing, man. Like when it be raining outside or when it's like snowing crazy, I'll be at work. I'm like, dang, it's beautiful out there. And people out there, they just be like, oh my God, is this guy? But nah, you gotta appreciate those rainy days, man. You need rain.
Talk about enjoying your life every single moment.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so but after the rain, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. It was just so beautiful out there.
Sun came out.
Yeah, the sun ish.
It was actually a beautiful view. I took a picture of it
after the rain, right? Those be the times, man. I'm telling you.
Catch the blood moon the other night?
Nah.
Yes, we actually did a ritual on a blood moon. Yes, we did.
Really?
How was that? Out there.
It was good. It actually was a big moon for this year. And yesterday is how you spend your day yesterday. That's how your whole year is going to go.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was a big setting energy for the year.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do? You said
yeah, I had a good day yesterday. Definitely air horns. Air horns for my yesterday, my blood moon.
That's
wow. So we are here. It's been we got Miss Z in the building. Zee Bars is in the building. She's back. Glad to have her. She is starting her own podcast next month. So that should be awesome. Make sure you guys tune in for that. I definitely want you guys to subscribe to our Big Picture Podcast page on YouTube, okay? Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Big Picture Podcast channel, and you can see all of the episodes, all right, that we've been having, okay? You can see all the episodes. We have some clips on there from some of the episodes. You can go to our Instagram page at Big Picture Podcast Harlem. What else? Our Patreon page.
Yeah, hit the Patreon page. Become a patron.
Right. Yeah.
Show some love. We're going to be working on some special content for our patrons.
Viewers. Yeah. So, become a follower. Become a supporter at the Patreon site. We're going to put that up.
Patreon.com/Big Picture Podcast.
Mm-hmm. And, you become a follower. You become a supporter. And you might just get a little gift here and there from Big Picture Podcast. You might get something. You might get a ticket. You never know.
Yeah, I'm subscribing for all of them.
yeah. Just get to it. So today we got some good topics. But I'm gonna start off with just a couple of current events that's been going on. Today I was reading a paper and I saw that Jay-Z and Meek Mills started a prison reform alliance system, and they was I see the look on Will's face, and I couldn't wait. Will's been gone for 2 weeks. He's been on a mission. He's back. You know what I'm saying? That's my Libra September 24th brother. Yeah, man. And I can't wait to hear what he's gonna say about this. So Jay-Z and Meek Mills, they started a prison reform program alliance. They got about $50 million, I'm guessing, from a bunch of celebrities who care about prison, and or their homies who are locked up or whomever. And now this program or this alliance is to, I believe, it's to raise money to get some of the convicts, the people who are locked up, to get them trials, to get them speedy trials, to get them out of jail, because a lot of them don't have money to make bail. They don't have money to pay for a lawyer. Okay, so they wind up just sitting in jail or copping to a plea. A lot of times, crimes they didn't even do. Okay, so this is a situation that Meek Mills and Jay-Z came up with yesterday. Well, how do you feel about this, sir?
I feel great about it.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's needed. It's needed. We need
more.
Unfortunately, I've come to the point where I realize that we're not going to listen to politicians. We're not going to look to people who are doing things on paper. We're going to look to rappers because they entertain us. We look up to them. They have money, which is important for everybody, or they appear to have money.
Is it unfortunate or is it fortunate? Should the kids be looking up to rappers?
I can't fight it at this point.
Gotcha. I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
Because we looked up to him too.
Yes.
I thought I was Jay-Z until I grew up.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can't really be
Like,
mad at the
can't.
kids for looking up to rappers.
The parents. The parents have to guide them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird that adults
What's up?
won't come to action until a rapper says something.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
real unfortunate
That's the weirdest
part because
part.
we're adults and we're supposed to move, based off of what we see is going on in society. We're not supposed to wait for a quote unquote celebrity or anyone that's exalted to tell us that we need to.
This is what you got to do. Or,
We don't need that. But if that's the if that's how the message has to get through,
then so be it.
Right.
then so be it, right? So if they're bringing attention to prison reform and getting people speedy trials, then power to them, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think the politics went just so left that, really, like you said, that somebody else is bringing light onto different things is more important than getting twirled up on the same talk over and over again. There is other things that are important need to be done.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So we have a phone call. Caller, go.
Hello.
Yes, this is Big Picture Podcast. Just tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Dawn. I'm from Stony Point.
Hello,
Dawn.
Dawn from Stony Point. How you doing? Thank you for
I'm
tuning
good.
in.
How are you, sweetie?
I'm here trying to get to Z.
Well, you got to her. She's here.
I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Good. Hi, Z.
How you doing? I'm looking forward to seeing. Hey, I know. Once you said Stony Point, I already knew who you are.
Oh, my God. I'm talking to my bestest friend.
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you come to Long Island on the 7th.
Yes,
You
I'm
said,
looking
right?
at you.
She said, I'm looking at you. That's what's
Can't
up.
wait to see you.
Oh, the
Dawn.
same here, honey. Wait, hold on. That's
I
like.
can't believe I got through.
Yes. So do you have any
got to.
questions? Do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask Z, or do you have anything to say about the prison reform system that we're talking about? Anything?
Well, I used to be a nurse in the prison system, so
There we go.
I have my own mixed feelings on that. So
Shoot, please give us 2 minutes.
Give us the real, however you
Please.
feel.
This is what we're here for.
I think that the prison system is broken to begin with,
Absolutely.
Yes.
because I think that it's run terribly. I personally left the prison system because of what was happening in there.
Wow. Ma'am, do me a favor. Turn your cell phone or TV down or off in the background because we're getting the feed.
Echo.
I left the prison system because I was actually harassed by a high-ranking officer.
Wow.
Wow. I'm listening.
So-
We're listening. Well, if you want to, you can tell us a little bit more before we let you go.
Actually, so I left the prison system because a lieutenant sexually assaulted me.
Oh, Dawn.
Okay. So what did you do? What was your plan of action? What happened?
Well, I was an outsourced. I work for an outsourced company,
Yes.
and so it was my word against his.
Yes. Oh, so you was pretty much like a temp.
Right.
Well, I wasn't a temp.
Or you was agency. You worked for agency.
Absolutely.
Got you.
So
And I know how that goes. Go ahead.
it went to the colonel, and no one believed me. No one. Well, everybody knew what was going on, and no one would back me up because they would lose their job.
Talk about
But
fear.
karma, I feel bad, but karma, came back and bit him on the ass, and he passed away about a month ago. He had a massive coronary, and he passed away.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm glad you got out of it, honestly.
Yeah, he actually another officer came and stopped what was going to happen.
Right.
He knew what was going to happen. He locked me in his office, and he came and saved me.
You had enough courage to get through to it, Dawn. I'm very happy that you did.
And he was married. I was married at the time.
Wow.
And, they say, how'd you work in that system? If you are good to some of these people, they will have your back. Sometimes it's worse in there with the officers than with the inmates.
Yeah, it had to be.
I always felt like when the officers are locked in with the inmates, it's the same thing. It feels like guys are all locked in.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. They become single, they become the drug dealers, they become the pimps, and everything else. So when I would come in there, they would be, oh, Nurse Dawn is here. I will get the Tylenol. I would get the Band-Aid.
Okay. So, Miss Dawn.
Yes.
We're going to let you go, okay? Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. Continue to follow us, all right?
God bless you all.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless you. Stay courageous.
I love you too,
Stay
honey.
brave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.
So that's interesting. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know whose life you touch. You never know. It's crazy. This woman, she was a nurse in a prison.
She's a very strong woman.
Yeah.
Very strong woman.
Yeah. So we have a couple of topics today.
Yes, we do.
All right. So we can we get into meditation first?
Yeah.
Let's talk about meditation.
Yeah, it's going to be actually all about meditation today.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a call? All right. So before let's get into the next call, and then we're going to jump into it. Wow. Oh, wow.
All right.
listen. If you want to send music to us, there's ways to do that. Okay, let's get meditation.
So I want to talk about meditation today because unfortunately not everybody knows what meditation is or how to meditate and what it is, how important it is actually to start meditating. We think that meditation, you got to sit in one position and that's it. No, meditation actually goes throughout the whole day. However, what meditation actually is being able to put your mind in a state where are you awakened. So it's not when you meditate in that sitting position or that 5 minutes that you dedicate to yourself. That's just a little part of it. The whole process is that when you put it all together, we're going to talk about it, is to really have your mind awaken all the time and aware. Meaning that when you catch yourself on a negative thought, you can all of a sudden very quickly meditate into positive. That's the whole process of it. Okay. Because if we spend only 5, 10, 15 minutes sitting down meditating, then the rest of the day we calm our mind down for 5 minutes, but then we do the same thing over and over again. That's not meditating. That's you just redid the whole process that you were working on for this 5 minutes. Okay. There is exercise that we do, either listening to the music, either in that meditative state or sitting down, or essences, or whatever else we try to do. That's just little steps to get to where we need to be. However, meditation by all means is not concentration, because when we concentrate, we put our attention to a particular object or idea. That's not meditation. Meditation is supposed to be on your all ideas, on like throughout your mind. And if you think about something like I said negative, that has to be nicked on the butt right then and there. That's the process that's the final result of it. When we lose control during meditation, or we think we do, some sort of movements, let's say, when you're in that meditative state and you have some spurs and stuff like that, that's still not meditation. That's just lost control over the parts of ourselves that we have. That's a small process of it. And when we exercise, either we exercise on our postures, on our walks, on how we sit, that's also just small part of it. So I just want everybody to understand that doing little parts of meditation, it's not a whole thing. You have to do all of them in order to achieve what you have to achieve. Also, the mental effort is the best part of it, is the best part of meditation, which we're going to go in types of it, is Kundalini. And Kundalini is when you're raising that state of awareness that goes throughout your whole body and throughout your whole chakras. But meditation is the most effective way to relieve your stress. That is 100%, that is guaranteed. Facts. Even if you take, even if that was studied throughout ages and throughout, centuries, that meditation does work. When we try to concentrate or focus on one thing when we meditate, that we're just totally throwing off the whole idea of what meditation is. Meditative state's supposed to be throughout, like I said before, throughout the whole time, throughout your whole day. But in order to get to that, you have to start somewhere. And that's where you're going to start with, is that breathing, is the sitting positions, is the walking, the exercising, and all like that. also is when we think about meditation, we think that it's the sitting position, right? And that's what I said before, that and I personally don't sit. I can't cross my legs like that to sit in meditative state. That is just not happening. But there are different kinds. We're going to get to that too. But the whole thing is that have that mindset, to practice and to develop that mindset throughout your whole life, throughout the day, even at night, to be able to control kind of your thoughts and ideas before you go to sleep. That's when the mind works the most. That's when you overthink the most.
I thought it was when you wake up in the morning, the first 20 minutes or the first few minutes. That's when the brain is like doing the most impressions.
Correct. But that's from the awakening state that you were at night. So basically your mind never stops. And people think that meditation is to stop thinking. No, it is not. It's how you think and what you think.
What you think about.
So exactly. So it's very important to get into that. I always, you guys know that I always suggest before you go to sleep, get into that. A guided meditation is the easiest way to do, because when person doesn't meditate and it's hard to calm.
What's the difference between meditation and praying? Because when you said that, I'm thinking I say my prayers. There's a difference.
No, well, it is a difference. When you pray obviously to one person or one God, as we all know. And meditation is you calming your mind down. Is really not overthinking, because in a prayer you think and you put your thoughts out there. In meditation, it's the opposite. It's calming your mind down, and just being working on the state of going from negative to positive, basically. The awakening, the awareness.
Anything in your mind that's negative, you try to turn it positive.
Right, you have to turn it positive. It's hard to me at this point. It's easy to do, but it took me a while to get to that transformation where I did not have anything negative to think about, or I learned how to stop think negative. But that's why I suggest guided meditation at night before you go to sleep, because that's a starting point. That's that just gives you a tool of where to start.
Tons of them on YouTube.
Exactly. Guided meditation on YouTube for anything you need. It goes from your stress to your even awakening. There's millions of guided meditation.
Relationships, couples,
anything.
Guided
Exactly. Anything. But for people that overthink a lot and have thoughts constantly going through their mind, it will be hard to calm their mind down just by music and trying to do it themselves. So guided meditation would be the best way to do so, because you literally have to put your headphones in and just go in that meditative state.
Cool. All right, cool. We got a call. All right, go ahead, caller.
Hey,
how you doing? You just called the Big Picture Podcast. What's your name and where you from?
Hey, Sha, how
what's
are
going
you?
on, champ?
Yo, Shaw, what's popping?
Nothing. I just got off of work, so I couldn't be down there with y'all, but my love is with all of you. And this is very interesting, because I want to know about this meditation thing. So
very good.
Keep on talking. I just called to say, big up everybody.
Yes. Thanks for calling in.
Sha,
all right, we'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, honey.
All right. Got another one? All right, cool. So so go ahead. So pretty much you should write down a list. I'm thinking now, write down a list of anything that could be more or less bothering me or what have you. And
well, what you're talking about is the release of the negative. That's different. When you write things down on a piece of paper for yourself, for negative and positive, that's you releasing. That's a simple way to release your negative, but meditation is different.
Okay, let's go for another caller. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name and where you from?
Diana from Southern California.
Hi, Diana. How are you?
Hi, so excited to be on here with you. Hi.
Yeah,
Hey,
so excited to have you.
Hey, D.
How are you?
What's going on?
My question is, I'm really interested in meditation, and I've been reading a lot about it and looking at a lot of YouTube videos and seeing your information about it. But what is the best way to get motivated? You know, I mentally I feel like, okay, I want to do it, but when it comes down to it at the end of the day, I'm not doing it.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. People overthink how I'm going to meditate because you need time, you need effort, and you need a place to do it, right? That's why I said the best way to do it is before you go to sleep. It is the easiest way to get yourself into a habit of doing it by doing guided meditation. You don't have to think, you don't have to worry about it. The guide will tell you what you need to do, really. He will guide you out with a deep breath, will your positioning and stuff like that, and then you fall asleep. That's a self-hypnosis, and you can actually wake up at any moment that you want to. And it is
that's how I practice. I practice. I go to, I lay down and do the guided meditation at night. I'm right to sleep.
You're good.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely. But what it does is when you are not even awake, the music that's playing on the background, whatever you're looking for, let's say you're looking for stress, right? So the music is made on a certain megahertz to relieve that stress, whether you're awake or not. It works on your subconscious mind and it opens up your chakras. So start with that. 10 minutes, see how you feel about it. I usually do for a couple hours. I'll fall asleep with it and then I shut it off when I wake up. But it will start making a whole big difference where during the daytime you'll say, all right, so I need 5 minutes in my car, I need 5 minutes in my car, and you really like on your break or whenever, you can just go in your car, again, start with guided meditation until you feel comfortable doing it on your own. But your mind will be in the right mindset and direction because it is all subconscious work that whenever you feel whatever you're meditating for, that you feel that you're stressed, you already subconsciously will retrieve that information from the guided meditation. It will work with you. But it is really it is the easiest way to start meditating is guided meditation.
Because you're already supposed to be at rest.
Right,
your body is
exactly.
already, you're winding down. You're at rest.
Mm-hmm.
It's on your mind to be at rest.
All right, so listen, check this out.
Keep it going.
We got 5 callers on hold right now.
Oh my goodness, D,
All
thank you, honey.
So we gonna try to skim right through them so we can get to some of the stuff.
D from Southern
All right.
California, thank you for
Thank
calling.
you, D. Thank you, D.
We
All right.
appreciate
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Go
Bye.
Trojans.
All right. Next caller.
Oh, you people on hold. You just hold on. We got
Wait.
you. We got you.
So listen, thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name? Where you from? Oh, okay, my bad. Cha-ching.
Just a minute.
Yes, thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name? Where you from?
Mary from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, hello, Mary. How are you? Hi.
I'm good.
For Roll Tide.
Good to see you. Good to hear you and see you.
So you like the podcast because you called in. Do you have any questions for Z?
Yes, I do, about meditation.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Okay.
sure, sweetie.
What's your question?
I want to know, when should we start teaching our children how to meditate so they don't have difficulty with it when they grow up?
Right. That's a good question.
Yeah.
And probably as soon as possible because you want to get them in a habit that also gives you a very positive beginning for your thinking, really, how to relieve stress, how to relieve the negative thinking, how to actually have your life set in the right direction. So by playing just music on the background, we'll start healing because we're not realizing of what that music actually does for us. But at any moment, like I know you have a granddaughter who's a 6-month, oh my God, the most beautiful baby ever. But start playing that music, really. Go on YouTube, find music for happiness, right? Or meditation music for happiness and start playing it. It will get into her DNA. It will get into her chakras where she will not have a chance to be negative. Put it this way. It will just, and anytime, I used to do that at work a lot, that I would just turn the music on and play and let everybody around me just they had no idea what's going on, but they were really on a wave of listening to the meditation music. But that would be the easiest way instead of sitting them down, instead of, guiding them because kids don't have that patience to do so. But it will absolutely, definitely work on their subconscious mind and get them in the right way.
And as a baby, all of the senses are growing.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, so when you introduce the vibrations, that's going to soothe and calm them.
Exactly.
It's going to stick with them for a long time.
Exactly. It will be a lifetime good start, good beginning for them of their good vibes. Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome,
for
Mary.
calling in.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
All right, how many more
Thanks,
we
Zee.
got? How many more?
You're welcome, honey.
Got
Talk to
4?
you later.
Yes. All right, let's go to the next one.
Keep them rolling.
Yes, keep
Keep
them
on
rolling.
rolling.
Right there. Yes. All right, cool. So we got another one on? Not yet. All right, cool. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's get into
different
more.
There are different types of meditation. We should know what types of meditation we're working on. The most probably popular right now is Kundalini, and I suggest everybody to start doing that. But that you have to get to the point, because Kundalini is very strong and very powerful meditation. And what it does is it works from the basic of your spine, and when you open it up, the energy that comes out through the bottom of your spine to your root chakra is unbelievable and amazing. Might scare some people if you don't know what you're doing, but that is awakening from 0 to 100 in a second. I've done it several times, and oh my god, it is really amazing. But you have to be prepared for it, because it's almost like it's new you. It's very fast and very rapid changes that are happening within your whole energy system in your body. But like I said, not everybody might be prepared for it. So Kundalini is number one. Yoga Nidra is the one that I was talking about as guided meditation, is my favorite one, because you lie down and you do nothing, you just listen.
Okay. In the back.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the easiest way to do it and the best way to do it. I don't have much time in my day to be doing this whole meditation system, but Nidra is the best one, because you literally, before you go to sleep, you do your thing, you put your headphones on, and you go with a guided meditation. Loving and kindness meditation is the next one, and that is literally to spread love and light, and to spread love and relationship, to spread love between your friends and stuff like that. And that is just mind meditation. That has nothing to do with laying down or anything. That's just a separate kind. So it's really redirecting your thoughts and mind every single day for love. Okay, so whatever's going on, we're talking, and then you, in your mind, I love my family, or my friends are great. It's really just positive thinking about your friends and the whole love, right? And relationship. Mindfulness meditation is kind of like an umbrella for all the techniques that are used for every meditation, and that's when we practice focus, attention, when accepting that everything that's going on around us without any judgment. That's the most important thing. We don't judge, and that's in a whole spirituality world. To learn how not to judge is probably the hardest thing to do. But it's working
we all have
on
an
your
opinion.
mindset.
It's like, what's the difference between judging and your opinion? Is it the same thing?
I like your sweater, but that sweater don't look good on you.
Yeah.
That's judgment.
Yeah.
But I like your sweater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by not criticizing the person or the object or subject, whatever it is, that's judgment, because opinion is just expressing what you think without judging the person or the object or the subject.
And you may not think that the sweater looks good on him, but you just don't have to say it.
Exactly. Or if you want to say it in a different way.
Yeah, find another way to communicate.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. That's the whole. The sound meditation is very important. Sound meditation is also something that I do. It works on literally sound and on humming, on mantras that resonate with different chakras that we have in our bodies. We have 7 of them, and that's a different subject. But the lowest one, let's say that will be for your root chakra, and that's how you work all these 7 chakras with different sound meditation. So if your heart chakra is blocked and stuff like that, you would pick a certain mantra to repeat for half an hour, for an hour, for 15 minutes to heal that particular spot that you need to heal. Vipassana meditation is insight meditation, and it's kind of like to see things what they really are, not mindful like it's without the judgment. It's really for seeing things how they are, and that's based on a breath. Breathing in and out through your nose. So we'll breathe in through your nose, and we'll breathe out through your mouth. We're breathing positive in and negative out. For example, you need to come down for 5 minutes, right? That's why they tell you take a deep breath, okay? Because it also what works, you're meditating without thinking about it, but what it does, it expands your lungs, and all the emotions that we have at that particular moment, all of a sudden your heart chakra is open. And when you exhale, you close your chakra, but you subconsciously you're releasing all the negative that's in there. So it is easier.
This is deep, right? Because a lot of people they're skeptical about some of the things we're talking about, but if you even think about breathing in oxygen and then breathing out carbon monoxide, right? So you in life you're going to inhale positivity and exhale negativity. Exactly. So that's just real.
Exactly, but that's the whole thing. Like, we have so many things we already do, but people not realizing of the importance of what they actually doing. So when somebody, so when somebody says take a deep breath, they really mean it. Take a deep breath, it works. But that's that Vipassana meditation that we don't realize that we're doing it, but we're doing it. Zen meditation is actually part of Japanese culture, and Zen meditation. Everybody, get into your Zen. Well, what is that? Zen, right? Zen is that peaceful area, and that's also like Vipassana that we have to with the breathing, but that comes from your belly. So when you're not breathing through your mouth and in and out, or through your nose, but you're breathing in through your belly, and that actually releases the solar plexus and the root chakra that release all the negative that happens.
We know about that. We're like classically trained singers, so you know about breathing from the diaphragm.
Exactly.
Yeah, through your belly. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the transcendental meditation, it's another mantra-based meditation, and it has a few differences with the first one that we talked about, and one of them is that recommends the length of time to meditate.
I was just thinking that.
It's the length of time to meditate. Sometimes it's easier. It's 2 minutes is good enough. Okay. Just to get yourself back on track, but sometimes half an hour just to clear your chakras would be more appropriate. But people do it for hours.
So 15 to 30 minutes is
healthy. Exactly, meditation. But just when you meditate, the whole process has to continue with us subconsciously. We still have to kind of like meditate throughout the day. So just because you did, it's like going to the gym. You ran on the treadmill for half an hour, then you go eat your whatever Chinese food. That's
try to do it throughout the day too.
Right. That's totally exactly. That doesn't do you any good. You did it for a certain amount of time, but it didn't have any effect on you. And we were looking for effect is to that have impact on our mind and impact on our energy poles that we're looking for to fix. That's what meditation is for, is fixing ourselves, not anything else. Tongue-laying meditation is probably one of the things that sometimes I do talk about, because that's meditation is to connect with your fears, with your pain, and actually awaken them in order to get rid of them. It's kind of like bringing out everything negative. When we do the ritual for let go, I always ask, get into that negative, feel the anger, feel the negative, and then release it. It will also be done through the music. Could be done through guided meditation also, but just music will the vibes, the megahertz that are in this particular meditation is very strong, so it literally will bring out those negative feelings in you, and then it slows down into the positive vibes. But that's one of them, and it's this one is very good to like for anger release, for anxiety release. It works quick and it works fast, but you don't have to do it for half an hour, because then you're going to twirl yourself back up into the same negative. But the tongue meditation is to release all the negative in you. And that would be probably the good starting point before you do anything else, like before you get into any other meditation, because it will unwind you, it will do you good, and then you can do others. And chakra meditation are very important ones, but this goes by all different 7 chakras that we have in our bodies. Again, YouTube, when I do readings, when I do suggestions to do what, I suggest chakra meditation right away, because if that fix needs to be done in your heart chakra, in your throat chakra, or in your third eye, or in your crown chakra, it's kind of like a quick fix. But you have to be continuous with it. You do it, I usually suggest do it for a couple of weeks before you start seeing any effects, because we do have that tendency as human beings is to do that and then start thinking on the same problem, dwelling on the same problem again. So that chakra, and those are all the chakras kinds of techniques that we can all try, we can all do throughout the day, but the best way is let's start breathing. Literally breathing is very important. I'm looking at some of the comments on. Shout out to all of the Facebook parties, the watch parties. Let me know if we got a call. We'll get to a call too if we got one. One person, Teresa, put, I can't meditate that way or I will pass out.
I mean, is that normal?
But that's okay because sleep is like some people believe sleep is a form of meditation. Like you need to rest your mind,
especially if you got insomnia and you can't.
You're not right. You're not supposed to stay awake. Any meditation is the way of hypnosis. At any single point, you will go in that hypnotic state whether you're awake or not. But the music that's on the background is the point because it still has those megahertz and it will work from within your chakras, within your healing fields. That's what's important. That's what's important, and that's what scares a lot of people off from meditation because I can't stay awake. I can't. You don't have to stay awake. Please go to sleep. Like just listen to what the guy tells you, and that's why I do it. I'll be awake for 10 minutes and then I'm out like a light. But it's working.
Yeah,
but
it is because the music's still playing. It's working on subconscious, and you're healing yourself.
All right, cool. So we got a couple callers.
We got some more callers.
Thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name? Where you from?
My name is Austin Miller, and
hi, Austin.
Hey, Z. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I first off wanted to give you a big congratulations on everything you've accomplished.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
And I was going back to what you were saying earlier. Meditation and with the music, and in my morning routine, I'll have my cup of coffee and it's. I mean, you probably know by now I'm a big rock and roll music fan.
Yes, sir, I do.
But in thinking of that, that's probably not the best music for meditation.
Right. No, it isn't. But if that starts your day in a positive vibe, please do so. If that makes you happy, that would have nothing to do with your meditation. That would have something to do with your setting your positive vibes for the daytime. Because I always say, exactly. Because I always say in the morning, whenever you wake up, first of all, be thankful that you're awake. That's number one. But then whatever makes you happy, do it. That's positive vibes. That has nothing to do with meditation. So so your music would be fine. Yeah.
All right. Listen. So thank you for calling in. All right.
Thank you, Austin. I see you tonight.
Yes,
rock out every morning.
Listen, all the viewers, all the listeners, everyone. Okay, make sure y'all go to Patreon. That's Patreon. Okay, go to patreon.com/Big Picture Podcast. Okay, yes, that is.
We need your love.
Yeah,
we need your support.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
All right, if y'all want us to come to your town,
we need your patronage.
Yeah. If y'all want us to come around, definitely go to that site, follow us, and support us. Okay. Got any callers? See how we live and show y'all callers some love out there. You know.
I just hope everybody's like understanding like this meditation thing, you know, because you know it's
it could be discouraging.
A lot of us, really. we don't understand that our minds are as powerful as they are, and meditation is to clear up, you know, different parts of the chakras, but as well as to rest the mind. So, you know, we can whatever we think is going to manifest.
Absolutely.
All right, go
got
ahead.
to keep it positive.
We got a caller. Go ahead.
What's up, caller? Where you from?
Hey,
thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name and where you from?
This is Lauren. I'm from Texas. How are y'all doing?
Texas, what's
up?
Lauren,
hey, Lauren, how are you?
I'm good.
So, do you have any questions for Miss Z or for us? Or you just want to call us show some love? It's all good.
I got a for Z. It's kind of off topic. It was something that came up the other day in one of our lives. It's about the eyes changing colors. Can we talk about that?
The eyes changing colors?
Eyes changing colors.
Oh, okay.
Wait, whose eyes? Who eyes change?
My eyes change color a lot, but
and so
we can actually, that's a good topic to talk about maybe next time. But the reason eyes change color, there's a couple of reasons. One is not only for me but for everybody. It's the number one sign that you are spiritually connected. That's number one. Number two is biological for some people disorder, but that's the most beautiful disorder ever because you can change your eye color at any time. And then it goes by the mood. I know mine go by the mood and by how awakened I am during the daytime. So if I'm 100 100% connected, then my eyes, for example, will stay gray. If I'm upset, my eyes will be green. So that's how it goes. Mine is more like a mood changer. I didn't need the bracelet or anything to tell me that. You can see it in me. But for a lot of people, is like I said, either would be some sort of an eye disorder, or that would be a spiritual connection, really.
Okay, yeah, I know sometimes, like, whenever I'm really mad or really upset,
your eyes change.
Like a bright green.
Yep, that's exactly it. That's because your mood, your
different grays, different blues.
Right. That's because your awareness. Remember that when you are upset, your awareness is not very high, is it? You know what I'm saying? Your connection to the spiritual world is not very high. But when you're in a good mood, then all of a sudden your eyes change different color. That's because you're connected for whatever, let's say 100%. But that's a good judgment for you. Let's say I know for myself that if my eyes are really, really bright green, I have to tone it down. I have to tone down my negative. Something is going on subconsciously with me that I'm not able to pinpoint at that specific point that, what's going on. But that's a good indicator for you to learn about yourself, really.
All right, cool. All right, well, thank you for calling in, okay?
Thank you, Lauren.
Okay, I'm gonna Google mood changing eye contacts, just so I could be like you and Lauren.
Oh my goodness.
We got another caller?
All my eye color to change when I'm mad.
Another one? All right, go ahead, caller. Thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name? Where you from?
Canada.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Canada.
Okay.
Christina.
Christina, hello.
How you
Hi,
doing,
Zee.
Christina?
Hi.
All
I'm
right.
doing very well, thank you.
So, do you have a question for Z?
My daughter. Pardon?
You have a question for Ms. Z or for us?
I do.
What's up?
My daughter has a hormonal disorder. What would be the best meditation for her?
Well, we would have to go by the disorder because you can customize your meditation. However, I would go with the health meditation. Guided meditation for health. There is general ones that you can do for health and see if they work. Now, when you pick a meditation, you have to, there's so many of them. Let her pick the one that works for her, because some meditation either guide you will not like the voice or too strong for you, or the music itself, the vibration could be too high. I personally had to do several of them before I picked the one that works for me, because some of them are vibrating inside of you so hard that you're literally feeling your insides are vibrating. But do for her general health, unless of course you know her specifics, but do the general first, and then if you want to talk to me more, my messenger message, and we'll get in specifics with that.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for calling. Have a good day. Good night.
You-
All right, we got another caller. Caller, go ahead. Thank you for calling Big Picture. What's your name? Where you from? Oh, they hung up.
They hung up on us.
God damn. We still gonna charge them. we still gonna charge them.
Yes.
Wow, we're giving them some valuable information today.
Yes,
guys.
because
As well.
people at this time and age, everybody needs and realizes that we are in some sort of awakening happening, and everybody's trying to reach that point, but it is not easy. It is work. It is continuous work that needs to be done.
All right, caller, go ahead.
Hi, it's Brittany from California.
Hello, Brittany.
Hey, is that
from
my hippie
Cali.
spirit? Hi,
Wait, Brittany,
how are you?
Brittany, you sound like somebody I know from Compton. You from Compton?
Probably, I don't know. Brittany,
Where
can you hear
you
me?
from, Brittany? What part of
Cali
you from, Brittany?
Brittany.
Brittany.
Oh, we lost her.
Yo, you said Compton. She said.
She hung up when I said Compton.
She said who?
No, sorry. I said I could be in Compton in 20 minutes.
Brittany, you from? See, I knew Brittany was from Brompton. You from Brompton, Brittany? What's up, Brittany?
Hey, I'm in Garden Grove, so I could be
okay.
in Compton in 20.
Garden Grove.
The
Okay,
other side.
close enough. Close enough.
What, the east?
Brittany is such a beautiful person. Oh my God,
Northeast side.
I see her and I see her. I call her hippie spirit. She is just so hype all the time.
man.
Beautiful.
That's what's up. That's
So
You've got to be.
Yes.
Okay, so I did have a question for you, Z.
Sure.
Go ahead on.
Are you going to offer any guided meditation in the future for like visualization or like on YouTube or Facebook? Are you planning to do that?
That's a good idea, Brittany. Thank you for giving me more work to do. I don't know. I don't know, but that sounds good. I haven't planned in doing that this year because I do have a lot going on, but that's a wonderful idea, so I just might. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Listen, but you are the one connecting with yoga and all of that. So, Liz, I just might need your help with that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I find I don't reach a full meditative state every time I try to meditate. My best results are after I do yoga or work out.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have to burn off that excess energy before my mind can relax.
Right, and then that's
So,
true, yeah.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but
Kudos to you for being. Are you a yoga instructor?
no, they keep trying to recruit me, but I'm like, hey, this is my escape.
You sound
I come here.
you sound like you're a good yoga.
She is.
Like you could be a good
beautiful
yoga
person.
instructor.
Yeah, definitely,
Maybe
Brittany.
someday.
Yeah, something we need to talk about. I mean, I like the idea. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh,
listen.
I had a recommendation for music. So I put on the Native Flute Ensemble, so it's like Indian tribal flute.
Mm-hmm.
That might help some people too. Or
Yes.
nature sound.
Oh, drums. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Sounds good.
Wait, let's just make a correction. It's native indigenous people, not Indian. But
yeah, like
Native
Native
it's all good.
Americans playing
Like, yeah.
flute.
Yes,
sure.
that's a good music to
But
get
it's
into.
pretty deep, so
Yeah.
be prepared.
Right. Drumming is very good too.
Well, listen. We thank you for calling in.
Thanks. For
Okay.
calling.
Thank you.
Make
All right.
listen.
Thank you.
Make sure you go.
Bye,
Make sure you go
Zee.
to our Patreon site. Okay. Make sure you go to Patreon. It's the link is on the screen, and become
I
a
will.
follower and a supporter. Okay.
All right, hon. Thank you.
Okay, have a good
Enjoy.
night.
You too now.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
You
Bye,
got
sweetie.
another call? Yeah, we got a couple minutes. Yeah, we got a
got
couple
3
minutes left.
minutes.
Yeah. So wow. So we gave out some good information today. I know I'm gonna rewind it and listen to it on the way to work and all other kind of stuff. Like Will was saying earlier, we used to always meditate before shows when we was in the boys' choir, and a lot of us, I know I would sometimes fall asleep.
Yeah.
In the
That's the
process
point,
of
man.
that was the point. Yeah, and but it helped. It helped.
Yeah.
I want to start doing more meditation though. More
You
meditating.
should.
It'll
Yeah.
help you recharge, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
your battery. That's keeping your mind cool,
Mhm.
calm, and collective, and that's what
Yeah.
you need throughout the
Keeps-
day.
Keeps things lined up.
Right.
keeps things lined
Exactly.
up.
Keeps you in perspective too.
Especially what's going on these days with Trump and
Yeah.
all this nonsense.
Why is that a problem?
No, I mean just in general,
Because it's stress. It's
I mean,
stress
yeah, but
related.
some people are. I guess,
Why are we so stressed? We need to just all breathe.
I think the people
Just
who are
all breathe.
affected by it.
Right.
Or
Well,
the people, that's who's affected by it.
I mean, the people who are affected by it are really not the ones that's so stressed.
Mhm.
It's the people who aren't affected by it.
Mhm.
Because they have like a sense of FOMO, like a fear of missing out on the hatred towards
Right.
Trump. If we put so much energy hating someone,
Mhm.
that's not
the wrong way to
affecting
do
us.
it.
That is
Yeah.
absolutely the wrong way of going about it.
Right.
And it's going to take you outside of your square. It's going to take you
Yeah.
off your square.
I'm
take
trying
you
to stay.
outside of
I'm
your
trying to stay
zen.
in my. I'm trying to stay in my
Keeps you
zen,
away
man.
from your chi.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
trying to stay in my zen.
listen, man, your body
That's it.
has to be in order, man. Your mind has to be in order.
Yeah.
So who we giving
don't
a shout
stress.
out to before we wrap this podcast episode
Well,
up? Who you want to give a shout out
I
to?
always want to thank, first of all, Louis for taking me here, and my son, of course, Angelo, and for all of you
Lou,
on
Big
Facebook,
Lou.
you guys, yes, for supporting me and being here with me, and don't forget, Money Spell is at 9. Well, I was gonna say 9. No, when I come back, 11 p.m. So I'll see you guys later. But thank you so much for being here for me.
Yeah, and I definitely want to give a shout out to a couple of people from my hood. My guy Aaron, he just he's dropping a book on the 29th. He's bringing out a book on the 29th
Nice.
called You Already Won. That's gonna be a goodie. And also check out Seeds of the Game. Okay, that's autobiography by Doo-Wop. All right, that's already out. Okay, so I want to thank all you guys for
Wait,
tuning
hold on. I
in.
got a shout out now.
Okay, we got 1 minute.
And a recommendation. Trigger Warning on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, Trigger Warning by Killer Mike on Netflix. If you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I gotta go see that.
Shout out to that.
All right, cool. So one
That's how I
love,
feel.
one love, all y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah,
Peace
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep.